nods. Now that you're so high and mighty, we don't see you here anymore. Congratulations, by the way. In New York, the world of street detectives is delimited by corpses. Gabe Driscoll was a street detective for most of his career, meaning a student of death, and each unexplained corpse that he was obliged to investigate brought him to this room to watch the autopsy and to ask questions that the official report, when he received it later, possibly would not answer. But now, as commander of several of the department's most sensitive units, including internal affairs, he has risen to a level where he is no longer concerned with what happens on these tables. Until today. "This is Dr. Paget." Driscoll shakes hands with Paget. The corpse on the table is scrupulously clean, but looking at it makes Driscoll wince. Jagged white bone protrudes from the no longer bloody thigh. The broken jaw gives the face a rather wry grin. A disarticulated shoulder lies 6 inches lower and at a different angle than it should be. The back of the skull is caved in, as are some ribs on the right side. The X-rays would most likely show other damage as well. "He doesn't look too bad for a jumper," says the pathologist. "Maybe it was a car crash," says Driscoll. "You're kidding me." Driscoll remembers that the man's name is Levin. "A jumper," says Dr. Levin. "Can't be anything else. 4th floor, I would guess. Am I right?" Driscoll has a detective's distaste for people who jump to conclusions before the evidence is in. Forced to reply, he says, "I don't know. I haven't seen the building yet. I came here first." A free-falling body accelerates at the rate of 32 feet per second. Did you know that? You must have studied it in physics class. Driscoll never studied it until he became a cop. "Newton's law," Dr. Levin says. "From the 4th floor, your speed when you hit is not too bad, about 35 miles an hour. Gabe Driscoll does not like the image this presents. The man on the table, alive, in the air, flailing. "Any higher up, he'd look much worse," says Dr. Paget. "You better believe it," says Levin, who begins to expound on Newton's law and how it relates to jumpers. "Not a bad way to go," says Paget. "Can't get much quicker, in fact." They are joking about it. Pathologists working on corpses are almost always lighthearted and sometimes funny. Presumably, it is how they stay sane, and in the past, at this table or another, Driscoll himself has contributed a joke or two. But in the presence of this corpse here, he cannot bear to listen to jocular comments. So he interrupts. "I'm in a bit of a hurry, Dr. Levin. I'd appreciate it if we could get started." Levin seems to feel he has been rebuked. For a moment, his fingers toy with his tools. He has a number of them laid out, scalpels, bone saws, loppers that could take the branch off a tree. Tools uglier than corpses, Driscoll thinks. A microphone hangs over the table. Levin turns it on and begins to dictate what will be, once it is typed up, the official autopsy report. "Body is that of a well-developed white male, about 50 years old, 53. "Oh," says Levin, switching off the mic. "You knew him?" Driscoll nods. "And that's why you're here. How do you know him? What was he, a cop?" "A priest. Father Redmond. Frank Redmond." "Catholic priest?" "What other kind is there?" "Priests don't normally jump off roofs. It's against their religion." "We don't know yet what happened. I don't think I've ever worked on one." Driscoll says, "Can I ask you to look for signs indicating a struggle?" "Foul play, you mean? Someone pushed him off, threw him off. Murder, not suicide. External trauma compatible with a life-and-death struggle. That what you want me to find?" "I want to know what happened." "He was a friend?" "Yes." "Close friend?" "Yes." "I see." Levin doesn't see it all. Grief is a private emotion. Driscoll can't share it with Levin or with anyone. The pathologist moves his tools around. What did he land on? Part of the stoop, the sidewalk. You want to know about...